In the ever-evolving landscape of interior design, the fusion of vintage charm with contemporary sensibilities has given birth to one of the most captivating trends of our time: vintage modern floral decor that celebrates both romance and sophistication. This enchanting aesthetic seamlessly weaves together the timeless appeal of shabby chic styling with the refined elegance of French-inspired design, creating interiors that feel both historically grounded and refreshingly current. The magic lies in the delicate balance between feminine florals and modern functionality, where weathered textures meet clean lines, and where gentle pastels dance with bold contemporary accents to create spaces that are both visually stunning and deeply livable.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Vintage modern floral interior decor trends, shabby chic style with feminine French charm. What sets this trend apart from its predecessors is its sophisticated approach to pattern mixing, color coordination, and the thoughtful integration of vintage elements with modern conveniences that today's families require. Rather than overwhelming spaces with busy florals or precious details, this style celebrates restraint and intentional design choices that allow each element to shine while contributing to a cohesive whole. The French influence brings an air of effortless elegance and refined taste, while the shabby chic foundation ensures that spaces feel comfortable, authentic, and lived in rather than museum-perfect or intimidatingly formal. As we explore the 5 key elements that define this trending aesthetic, you'll discover how to successfully incorporate vintage modern floral styling into your own home through thoughtful fabric selections, furniture choices, wall treatments, color palettes, and accessories that work together to create environments celebrating both beauty and functionality. Each component offers endless opportunities for personalization and creativity, allowing you to interpret this romantic trend in ways that reflect your unique style, while honoring the timeless principles that make French-inspired shabby chic design so enduringly appealing to those who value both comfort and elegance in their daily living spaces. 1. Romantic floral fabrics and patterns for timeless interiors. Layering vintage florals. How to style fabric patterns with shabby chic elegance. Master the art of romantic layering by thoughtfully combining vintage floral patterns in rosy fabrics and delicate pastel prints that create depth and visual interest without overwhelming your carefully curated spaces. Begin with the foundation of neutral textiles, perhaps cream linen curtains or soft gray upholstery. Then introduce vintage florals through accent pieces like throw pillows, table runners, or lightweight throws that can be easily changed with seasons or personal preferences. The key to successful pattern layering lies in maintaining a cohesive color palette while varying the scale and intensity of your floral motifs. Mix large cabbage roses with delicate sprigs, combine watercolor botanicals with more structured toile patterns, and balance busy florals with coordinating solids that give the eye places to rest. This approach creates a sophisticated shabby chic interior that feels both collected over time and intentionally designed for modern living, where every textile contributes to the overall romantic atmosphere while serving practical purposes. Mixing modern prints with classic florals for a feminine French look. Achieve the perfect balance between vintage charm and contemporary style by strategically pairing bold floral upholstery with modern accents like streamlined furniture, neutral walls, and clean-lined accessories that prevent the space from feeling overly precious or dated. Consider anchoring a room with a statement piece, perhaps a velvet sofa in a large-scale floral print, then surrounding it with furniture featuring simple, geometric forms and coordinating solid colors that allow the pattern to take center stage without competing for attention. This modern floral decor aesthetic works particularly well when balanced with contemporary lighting fixtures, minimalist window treatments, and perhaps one or two sculptural accessories that bridge the gap between vintage romance and current sophistication. The result is a space that honors traditional French femininity while feeling fresh, current, and perfectly suited to today's lifestyle demands. Decorating with botanical motifs, from toile to watercolor blossoms. Transform your interiors through the thoughtful incorporation of botanical wallpaper, flowered linens, and floral wall art that draw inspiration from traditional French countryside homes, while adapting these classic elements for contemporary living. Traditional toile patterns offer timeless elegance when used judiciously, perhaps as wallpaper in a powder room or as fabric for window treatments in a breakfast nook, while watercolor blossom prints bring a softer, more artistic quality to bedrooms or reading corners. Layer these botanical elements throughout your space by combining different interpretations of the same natural motifs. Real pressed flowers in vintage frames, botanical prints on throw pillows, flowering plants in ceramic containers, and perhaps a collection of antique botanical books displayed on open shelving. This approach creates a refined shabby chic interior that celebrates the beauty of nature while maintaining the sophisticated restraint that defines successful modern vintage styling. Two, shabby chic furniture with a feminine vintage twist. French-inspired furniture ideas for a feminine vintage room makeover slash. Transform your living spaces by incorporating distressed white furniture, carved wood accents, and curved antique chairs that embody the essence of French elegance while providing the comfort and functionality required for modern family life. Select key pieces that feature authentic French design elements, perhaps a Bergerac chair with original canework, a Louis XVI-style dining table with cabriole legs, or an armoire with hand-carved floral motifs that can serve as both storage and architectural focal point. These timeless furniture pieces work best when they show gentle signs of age and use, where slightly chipped paint, worn fabric, and polished wood surfaces create the authentic patina that cannot be replicated in new reproductions. Position these statement pieces strategically throughout your home, allowing each to serve as both functional furniture and decorative art that tells stories of craftsmanship, history, and the enduring appeal of French design traditions. The art of upcycling furniture for a romantic shabby chic feel. Embrace sustainability while achieving authentic vintage character, by repurposing existing furniture pieces through DIY techniques that transform ordinary items into romantic shabby chic treasures. Start with structurally sound pieces, perhaps a solid wood dresser, a vintage vanity, or even contemporary furniture with good bones. Then apply chalk paint in soft pastels, create distressed finishes through strategic sanding, and replace hardware with ceramic knobs or vintage-inspired pulls that enhance the feminine aesthetic. The distressing process should look natural rather than forced, focusing on areas that would naturally show wear like edges, corners, and high-touch surfaces where hands would naturally rest or grab. This approach not only supports environmental consciousness by giving new life to existing pieces, but also ensures that every item in your home carries personal meaning and creative investment, contributing to the vintage floral interior look while reflecting your individual style and commitment to sustainable living practices. Blending modern lines with curved shabby chic silhouettes. Create visual harmony and contemporary relevance by thoughtfully combining furniture pieces that represent both modern minimalism and feminine vintage decor, ensuring your space feels current while honoring romantic design traditions. Pair clean-lined contemporary pieces, perhaps a sleek glass dining table or a minimalist bookshelf, with ornate vintage chairs, carved wooden mirrors, or floral upholstered ottomans that introduce curves, texture, and decorative detail to otherwise simple compositions. This contrast adds sophisticated depth to your interiors while preventing the vintage elements from feeling overwhelming or museum-like, instead creating a curated balance that feels both intentional and effortless. The key lies in maintaining consistent color palettes and proportional relationships between pieces, ensuring that modern and vintage elements complement rather than compete with each other while serving the practical needs of contemporary living. Three, floral wall art and wallpaper that steals the show. Floral wallpaper ideas that elevate any vintage-inspired room. Transform your walls into stunning backdrops that define your space's character through carefully selected soft botanical prints, classic toile patterns, or oversized watercolor florals that create instant romantic atmosphere while serving as focal points in your overall design scheme. Choose wallpaper patterns that complement rather than compete with your furniture and accessories. Perhaps delicate climbing roses for a bedroom, traditional blue and white toile for a dining room, or large-scale peony blooms for a powder room where the pattern can be appreciated without overwhelming the space. Consider the room's natural lighting when selecting colors and patterns, as soft morning light will enhance gentle pastels while dramatic evening lighting might call for richer, more saturated florals that maintain their impact throughout different times of day. How to style gallery walls with vintage botanical art prints. Create compelling wall compositions that celebrate the beauty of nature, while adding personal meaning and visual interest to your romantic interiors through collections of vintage floral frames, pressed flower art, and romantic Parisian prints that work together to tell cohesive stories. Begin by gathering artwork in various sizes and styles that share common themes, perhaps antique botanical illustrations, vintage flower photography, or reproduction prints from famous gardens. Then arrange them in clusters that feel organic rather than rigidly geometric. Mix frame styles and finishes within a coordinated color palette, perhaps combining gilded vintage frames with painted wood or distressed metal options that enhance the shabby chic aesthetic while creating visual rhythm and flow. Statement walls with modern florals for a balanced look. Create dramatic focal points that anchor your rooms while maintaining contemporary appeal through strategic use of large-scale wallpaper or modern floral murals that serve as artistic backdrops for your carefully chosen furniture and accessories. Select one feature wall per room, perhaps behind a bed, dining table, or seating area, where a bold floral pattern can create maximum impact without overwhelming the entire space or competing with other decorative elements. Modern interpretations of traditional florals often feature stylized blooms, unexpected color combinations, or artistic interpretations that bridge vintage charm with contemporary aesthetics, making them perfect for homes that want to honor romantic traditions while feeling current and fresh. 4. Feminine color palettes that define shabby chic style. Soft pastels and muted neutrals, the signature shabby chic color combo. Establish the foundation of your vintage modern floral interior through a carefully curated palette of blush pink, dusty lavender, sage green, and creamy ivory that creates the light, soothing atmosphere essential to successful shabby chic design. These gentle tones work together to evoke romantic moods while providing versatile backdrops for vintage furniture, floral patterns, and natural textures that define this beloved aesthetic. Apply these colors strategically throughout your space, perhaps dusty lavender on accent walls, blush pink in textile choices, sage green through painted furniture, and creamy ivory as your primary neutral for larger surfaces like main walls and window treatments. Mixing bold accents with soft feminine colors for balance. Prevent your romantic color palette from feeling too delicate or one-dimensional by thoughtfully introducing deeper tones like rich rose, burgundy, or forest sage through floral patterns, accent furniture, or carefully chosen accessories that add visual weight and sophisticated contrast. These bolder hues work best when applied judiciously, perhaps through a vintage armchair in deep rose velvet, burgundy accents in floral wallpaper patterns, or sage green painted on furniture pieces that serve as focal points within predominantly soft environments. This approach to color balancing ensures that your feminine floral interior maintains visual interest and contemporary relevance, while honoring the gentle, romantic character that defines shabby chic style. Creating a French-inspired home with a romantic color scheme. Capture the elegant sophistication of Parisian apartments and French countryside estates by combining warm whites, cool grays, and carefully chosen pastel florals that create the perfect backdrop for shabby chic textures like lace, linen, and painted wood finishes. This refined color approach emphasizes quality over quantity, where each hue is chosen for its ability to enhance natural light, complement architectural features, and serve as a flattering backdrop for both vintage treasures and contemporary necessities. French-inspired color schemes often feature subtle variations within the same color family, perhaps 3 different shades of white used for walls, trim, and furniture, or gentle gradations of gray that create depth without contrast. Five, vintage accessories and decor that add floral romance. Decorate with floral vintage finds, vases, mirrors, and soft accents. Curate collections of authentic vintage accessories that bring romantic charm and personal meaning to your carefully styled spaces through antique rose vases, floral china, and framed botanical prints that serve both decorative and functional purposes in daily living. Seek out pieces with genuine character, perhaps ceramic vases with gentle crazing vintage china patterns with faded gilt edges, or antique mirrors with silvered surfaces that show their age gracefully, rather than new reproductions that lack the authentic patina and subtle imperfections that define true vintage character. Display these treasures thoughtfully throughout your home, grouping similar items for impact while varying heights, textures, and colors to create vignettes that feel collected over time rather than purchased all at once. Incorporating textured layers with floral-inspired decor. Add depth and tactile interest to your romantic interiors by layering your spaces with lace runners, embroidered cushions, and fresh bouquet centerpieces that create the rich, multi-dimensional environment essential to successful shabby chic styling. These textural elements should build upon each other gradually, creating a sense of abundance and comfort without overwhelming the senses or cluttering carefully planned arrangements. Consider the interplay between different textures, the smoothness of polished wood against the roughness of burlap, the delicacy of lace against the weight of velvet, the organic irregularity of fresh flowers against the geometric precision of cut crystal. French country cottage decor with timeless floral appeal. Complete your romantic interior transformation through the careful selection of gilded candle holders, vintage serving trays, and soft floral curtains that create an atmosphere of relaxed refinement perfectly suited to contemporary family life while honoring traditional French design principles. These finishing touches should feel authentic rather than contrived, chosen for their ability to enhance the overall design story while serving practical purposes in daily routines and seasonal celebrations. French country cottage styling emphasizes the art of living well through beautiful objects that bring joy to ordinary moments. Perhaps antique silver pieces that make everyday meals feel special, vintage linens that transform simple seating into luxurious comfort, or fresh flowers displayed in inherited crystal that connects present enjoyment with family history. Conclusion. The vintage modern floral interior trend represents more than a passing fashion. It embodies a thoughtful approach to creating homes that honor both historical beauty and contemporary comfort, while celebrating the timeless appeal of romantic design principles. This sophisticated aesthetic demonstrates that femininity and functionality can coexist beautifully when approached with intention, restraint, and genuine appreciation for the craftsmanship and artistry that define authentic vintage elements. By thoughtfully combining shabby chic furniture, French-inspired color palettes, and carefully curated floral motifs, today's homeowners can create spaces that feel both historically grounded and perfectly suited to modern family life, where every room tells stories of personal taste, creative vision, and the desire to surround oneself with beauty that enriches daily living. As you begin incorporating these vintage modern floral elements into your own living spaces, remember that the most successful interpretations of this style are those that reflect genuine personal taste, rather than rigid adherence to prescribed formulas or magazine-perfect arrangements. Allow your spaces to evolve gradually through thoughtful acquisitions, seasonal updates, and the natural accumulation of meaningful objects that enhance both the beauty and functionality of your daily environment. The goal is creating homes that celebrate the romance of everyday living while providing the comfort, flexibility, and personal expression that make houses feel like true sanctuaries, places where vintage charm and modern convenience work together to support beautiful, authentic living that honors both the past and the present with equal appreciation and joy.